So what I wanted to try is, let's just chat about news that I care about. And it should be quick. I only have a few topics. Only one of them could be really considered gaming news, but the first one is about Subnautica 2. And I'm not sure if everybody I'm not sure if everybody knows what's going on, but the leaders of the development team, I think they're called Unknown Worlds, were laid off by the publisher, and the publisher is saying that it's because they're not, basically that the leaders are not working as hard to get the game released. You find it hard to trust the publisher? Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much my stance. But the leadership that was let go has basically turned around and said that they had an initial, they were ready for early release. They said dev leads abandoned. Yeah. And basically, from what I understand, the publisher was looking to avoid paying a $250 million bonus because that was the contract that they had if they got an early release. I think it was this year. And as far as the dev leads abandoning it, from what I understand from the news that I've read, the leadership told the publisher that they were also going to be working on a movie for Subnautica. So that's what they were doing. And the publisher was okay with this when the contracts were signed. So, and not only that, but I don't know, have you guys seen the... So, well, anyway, there's a lawsuit. It's pretty bad. One of the guys has a side project, which is some terrible Christmas movie. They cited that? Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that was one of the other guys' thing, but yeah, they're supposed to be I thought one of the big things was the Subnautica movie. So, but the crazy thing is, and I don't know, I'm not sure I can believe this or not, but there's supposedly there's gameplay reveal teaser. Here. Supposedly there's a gameplay reveal teaser. And so the thing is, I don't know if I trust this or not, but this is on the Subnautica YouTube. And the game looked ready for early access. And I think this is why the publisher did not, they were scared to have to pay $250 million. But yeah, I thought that was nuts. But yeah. And the fact that this is and I don't know. I think for me, the biggest takeaway for me is that it's unfortunate. I was hoping to play Subnautica 2 at some point. Probably more when it was out of early access. But it's actually making me think of pushing up Subnautica DLC on my playlist. So, yeah. Publisher says devs abandoned the project. Dev says publisher fired him to avoid paying the bonus. You just don't believe the publisher. Yeah, that's where I'm at as well. Basically, that's where I'm at. is that it's hard for me to believe the publisher. I mean, with a $250 million payout, that's crazy. Okay, so that was just that. It's just unfortunate because Subnautica, for me, is a game that it took me, I think, a couple of plays in order for me to get really into it. Because I remember the first time I played it, I think I was like, it wasn't hitting for me, and then came back a second time, got to about the same point, if I remember correctly, and still didn't hit. And then I think it was the third time that it finally clicked, and I was like, okay, this is cool. So, all right. Anyway, second thing I wanted to talk about was Steam's Automation Fest. Now, you can see it's still going on. I think it goes on for another two days. And I wanted to know what your guys's let me see here. There's 2 games on here that I wanted to see what your guys' opinion on. Let me see if I can find them. So I was kind of looking at a, what would you call it? A more casual, well, a different kind of automation game. Okay, the first one is called Novalands. And in this one looks interesting. It's got some crazy looking combat, some bosses and stuff. Well, here, I'll just show it to you guys. The automation is more about, it looks like drones than anything else. Here, let's do this. Let's load this up. So yeah, I wanted to see what your guys' opinion about these 2 games. To me, they kind of look like they scratched the same itch. Now, I know Satisfactory is pretty casual, but I was looking for something that had, I guess you would call it, decent combat. Kind of a mix of, yeah, kind of something with decent combat, so some automation, and something I can, and to be honest with you, something that probably plays well on a Steam Deck, because Satisfactory and Factoria I don't think play very well. You seen a similar game before? Maybe it was this one, but this doesn't. I mean, this doesn't look. To me, this looks pretty good. I mean, look at this. They got pretty big boss fights, combat. This looks pretty crazy, right? And it's funny that this is part of the Automation Fest on Steam, but neither of these 2 games are on sale. So, yeah. So this is Novalands. And if you guys want it, let me do this as well. All right, so that's Novalands, right? All right, here the second game is called Odd Sparks. It looks like you're using a little more 3D, and it looks more, what's the word? Nature? That's the game I was thinking about. Forager, you're right. Yeah. But Forager doesn't have automation, right? That's the thing, is that Forager doesn't have automation. This one looks like it has more traditional automation, using like these little wood dudes. This one looks pretty crazy. But yeah, I think I looked at Forager before, and the problem I had with Forager was there was no automation, right? I think that was the issue I had. This one looks like a cross. Looks like it has parts of Pikmin, and and adventure gaming. With again some automation. You like how they show these factories in this game and they look like one cell that you'd blueprint in Factorio. I don't think Factorio, I don't know, maybe I should try it first, but it's also, Factorio is a game that I wanted to play on stream. So these were games that I was looking for to play on Steam Deck that I was not going to stream. I was just wondering if, if chat, you guys had any kind of opinions on those particular games. Here, you never heard of either of those, but the first one looked better. No, you like Novalands better? Okay, that's fair. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I wanted to see what you guys' opinions on there. And yeah, third topic, real quick. Have you guys seen that CEO getting caught having an affair in a Coldplay concert? Is the only reason I bring that up is because of what I guess we would call it another organization did with it here. If you haven't seen what happened or what's going on, here you go. Let me cue it up. Rich people doing rich people things. Yeah, pretty much. But you could hear what's his name? Is it Chris Martin? Saying like, uh-oh, either they're having an affair or they're really shy. And this thing's gone viral. I mean, it's to the point that I think the company that he's the CEO of, they've like temporarily like suspended him or something like that. This is tabloid news. Oh, well, the reason why I brought this up is because I wasn't even going to talk about this, but then I saw this. If you don't know, I'm a big baseball fan. And the Philadelphia Phillies have what's considered probably the best mascot in baseball, and they did this. I believe this was yesterday. This was during yesterday's game. So they have a kiss cam on their billboard. And I don't want to play it because there's Coldplay music playing in the background. I don't want to play the song. And look. I could not stop laughing on this when I first saw this. I was like, oh my goodness. They actually did it. They actually did this. So yeah. So again, I love baseball. So yeah, and the fact that they did that just really, yeah, it made my day yesterday.